My name is Skylar White. Yo.
Let's just scale the vocal tics.
Yeah.
Let's just scale the vocal.
Jesse, we need to cook.
Yo, Mr. White.
Yo, Mr. White.
Yo, Mr. White. I heard it was your birthday, so I got you this present. Thanks, Jesse. This is lovely.
Old guy like you suddenly want to break bad.
I love it when they say. I'm glad they got that out of the way.
Yeah, because I'm glad they also said break bad. They didn't just like outright say breaking bad.
Yo, Mr. White, you're breaking bad. That's fucking sick.
Jesse. My name is Skylar White. Yo.
Not much Skylar in this episode. Actually, no, there is quite a bit.
Quite a lot of Skylar.
But it is definitely like a Walter focused episode. Obviously, it's
Makes
like
sense.
his whole. It is focused around it. So let me get my notes out.
Coco on the bed. Come here.
Or
jump up yourself.
I am getting this podcast down to a science now. I've got a Google Docs. I've got a format.
And I have a Google Sheets.
Look at all these pages. Look at these notes.
Look at mine. I've got show, episode, air date, writer, director, producers, executive producers.
Oh, damn.
Views, facts, trivia.
Just for the audience at home, he's not going down. He's scrolling across.
Yeah, I've got a cross.
Holy shit,
And
man.
that's all the extras, like the commentary and shit notes. So yeah, we're locked in. Episode 6, 7, 6?
No, 6.
Episode 6, we're locked in.
Episode 6, we're locked in. Yeah.
What's your relationship with Breaking Bad?
I love this show. I watched it... It's genuinely, it was like so long ago. It was still when it was airing. Like, it was in the final season, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not one of those cool people that watched it like when it first came out, because I would have been
10.
11.
10?
10?
2008.
September 2008? Oh, I would have been
January 2008.
Yeah. Oh, no, I would have been like 9.
9 then.
Okay. Yeah, I would have been
Even
9
younger.
years old. So I didn't have much interest in a dramatized television at the time. I was still mainly into
SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
Children's TV.
I was still into children's television.
You weren't based yet.
No.
Not on the hype shit.
It was definitely one of the first like big adult drama shows that I consumed.
I remember when we were in comp, because I watched Breaking Bad after you. I think you probably recommended it to me.
Yeah. I don't remember where I first saw it. I remember seeing the DVDs in like the local shops and stuff. And that was like how I first consumed it, because I didn't have Netflix at the time.
No, I remember hearing about it, like all tangentially, kind of, because it was just so big in the like popular culture. But I remember in like, because we were, fucking anyone who lives in the UK will say like, British comps, British high schools.
Yeah.
I remember we had a supply once in science, and we were talking about like he was just like kind of chatting with us. He was one of those supplies who was like, "There's not work, but I'm gonna like be friendly and chat with you."
Yeah, it's what you are now.
Yeah, basically. And then I
tell all your you tell all your like infants like, yo, you should check out Breaking Bad. It's so good.
Oh, you like Bluey? You should watch Breaking Bad.
There's a through line. I'm sure someone's made an edit of Bluey to look like Walter White.
I'm sure there.
Go on, you go. I'll
you can have a look at that. So I remember the supply. For some reason, we were talking about cerebral palsy, and I remember him saying, "If anyone watches Breaking Bad, that's what Walter Jr. has," and I remember someone else in our year or in our class asking and says like, "Oh, do you know how to cook meth because you're a chemistry teacher?" And he was just like, ha ha ha, and then changed the conversation.
There they are.
Hey, there we go. There's Bluey and
shout out to the Bluey subreddit.
Walter and Jesse as Bluey characters.
Yeah, there's like a whole like crossover with the meme culture.
Oh, we're just jumping on the trend. This is already a thing. So yeah, Breaking Bad was always just such a well-known thing. It was all like almost like Game of Thrones. For me, when I think of popular television in our teens, it was Breaking Bad, it was Game of Thrones.
This is when I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, this is what TV could be. It could be badass.
We're adults now.
We're adults
15.
Now. We are 15 years old.
Yeah. I definitely didn't watch Breaking Bad probably until after it finished.
Yeah.
I don't think I watched it on streaming. I think I watched it illegally, probably.
Joseph.
I know. I'm sorry.
Did you know that's illegal?
Sailing the high seas.
You might as well be cooking meth.
Honestly, at the time, I probably would have paid for Netflix if I could have paid. Because
it was just like early days of Netflix. I wasn't.
Yeah.
But it was like... Netflix adopting it was like a big part of it becoming popular.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't like the most successful show. It was just really well regarded.
Yeah, it was like immediately it had like really good critical acclaim.
In terms of viewers, I mean, not most successful.
Yeah, because like in the past couple of episodes, we've always talked about like the viewership, and they've always been like huge.
Yeah, like 18 million for Lost, 10 million for Doctor Who.
Yeah.
9 million for Glee.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad's pilot was only watched by 1.41 million.
Yeah.
And I did find a thing that was possibly affected by a football game that was airing at the same time.
I did see about that.
Yeah. So that's the lowest of a pilot we've seen so far.
Yeah. And but they just like kept on making it after a while though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Probably just like how I regard it did just sort of keep, if this was like a Netflix show now, even with like the critical acclaim it had, I very much doubt this show would have carried on like a service that, which is funny considering it became popular on it.
I think, you go.
Do you think it like contributed to the sort of like, it was definitely one of the shows that contributed to the binging model of consuming television.
I agree, but I think that's only because of the after effects with it being on Netflix.
I don't think it was ever intended for this to sort of be like that.
I think it's just shows like this are so well designed for television, and in the sense of writing, having a complete story in an episode, while also kind of ending not necessarily on a cliffhanger, but on a case of like, I gotta know what happens next.
This is like, it's part of the big serialized
yes
show.
Well, one of the things I watched, one of the extra things, was AMC Shootout.
Yeah.
So do you know what that is?
I don't know.
It's like a talk show on AMC, and they were bringing on like people making different shows. Mm-hmm. So they did bring on Bryan Cranston and Vince Gilligan, the writer, director, producer, the guy father of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he's the figurehead of this thing.
They brought them on, but the main interesting thing, I don't know who the two men were. They were obviously like established television people, older men, but they were talking about how like TV is the new movies, and this is a quote I got directly. The great thing about cable right now is there's shows that have a narrow but loyal audience. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the shows, like they compared it to Mad Men specifically, which was another AMC hit. A lot of these shows,
Breaking Bad is like part of that big cluster of like The Sopranos, The Wire, Mad Men, of just like evil men, but it's like well regarded television. They kind of got
it down to not necessarily science, because that makes it sound like there's no heart to it, but like they'd clicked on what worked. On like structuring, on pacing, on plot.
Yeah, definitely.
And going back to the Netflix model, obviously like it's such a fantastic show. If a show is fantastic, honestly, most of the time you are gonna just want to keep watching.
Yeah.
But I think the difference with Netflix now compared to how it was when Breaking Bad aired, was Breaking Bad, series 1 of Breaking Bad. We've both seen Breaking Bad all the way through multiple times. Series 1 of Breaking Bad, I'm sure, does tell its own complete story. But like Gilligan set out to create a show where we see a protagonist slowly become an antagonist. And I think the issue with Netflix and the binge model now is they don't give shows a chance. They're like, you get one season.
Yeah.
If you're very, very successful, like I can think of maybe 3 or 4 shows that have got multiple seasons.
Yeah, they got to be like groundbreakingly popular.
Yeah. And even then, it's like, it can take time.
Yeah.
Like there could be big gaps. They don't give shows a chance to take their time with these.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I didn't find in terms of my research, the writing on specifically how they decided, like if they decided how many seasons they wanted, how much of the show they structured ahead of time. But it was clear that, the main focus was seeing Walt gradually progress into a bad guy.
Yeah. And from one of my research, they were saying like it's almost an antithesis to the sort of stasis show.
Yes.
Like obviously everything has to return to the status quo. And obviously this isn't the first show in order to like have a long running storyline. Storyline, this much character development. This is like, obviously that's not true. There are plenty of shows that come like that, but this one famously goes from like character starts out as such and such and it ends in a completely different state. Like it really focuses on that, like an antithesis to it. Yeah,
like the whole Walt cooking meth dealing with the drug cartel and stuff is almost the B plot. It's like it's obviously so important because that's what drives the plot forward.
Yeah.
But it's focused on character.
Yeah,
it's a character-driven show. And that's why, like, I think especially with the cast as well, it's so important for them to nail it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think they struck gold with Bryan Cranston.
They did,
fresh
honestly.
off of fucking Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
That's why they chose him, because they were like, this guy seems like such a family man.
Yeah.
But he was also he worked with Gilligan on X-Files, where he played like, I haven't seen that episode. I know you've seen more of X-Files. I don't know if
I've only seen a little bit of it. I haven't seen that specific episode.
Yeah.
It's like quite early on.
But apparently it's like that same sort of thing where he's like this horrible person, but by the end, almost like the reverse of Breaking Bad, where by the end of the episode you sympathize with him.
Yeah, he possesses like a really good quality.
He does.
Even though he can be unlikable, there's just like a charm to him.
Yes, he doesn't.
AMC... and he just shows like he has the range just from the comedy aspects, because you can find like a lot of the time, like if someone could do comedy like really well, they generally could do drama like incredible as well.
Yes.
And with Breaking Bad specifically, where there is a balance between the extreme drama and the comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like without the comedy, this would just be the most dire show on earth.
Yeah, and the comedy really makes it work. Like, think of the ending of this episode, not to like jump straight to the end, but it's kind of where the episode starts as well. But like Walt like going to shoot himself.
Yeah.
But the gun failing and then him accidentally shooting the fall. Like, that's funny.
Yeah, well,
like,
it's his
dark,
reaction to it.
Exactly.
Where he just like kind of like cowers at it.
Yeah.
No, he does an amazing job at it.
He does. And it's funny because AMC were wary of casting him because of Malcolm in the Middle. They thought, oh, this is just the comedy man. He can't.
I don't think that would happen
seriousness.
now, just because like this sort of stunt casting is like quite common.
Yeah, I agree. They offered the role to John Cusack and Matthew Broderick, but both turned it down.
Could you imagine Matthew
They're
Broderick?
very different show.
I know.
I think, I'm not saying the show would have been worse, but I definitely think I can't see a world where it would have been as successful without Bryan Cranston.
No, absolutely not. He is like him and Aaron Paul, who have just incredible chemistry, even like quite early on, like But yeah, they're just like, they're so good.
It's funny you say about Aaron Paul, because he was also almost not hired. And granted, I'm taking this quote off like one website, one interview.
Yeah.
Something Vince Gilligan said. They said they were going to hire Aaron Paul, but on the basis that he did not look like a meth dealer.
He is pretty handsome.
He's very handsome.
He has too many teeth.
So I think that's funny, but Gilligan insisted.
Yeah.
So, which I mean, yeah, if I could dynamic duo. Honestly, the whole cast is great.
Yeah.
I have written them down like loosely, but
I've got a whole cast part on my notes. Like,
damn,
look at
I need to add.
Look at this.
Oh, you're ahead of me. I need to add a cast list.
Yeah, we'll just like quickly shout out Anne Gunn as Skylar White.
White, incredible. Oh, the shit that woman has to face for the next 5 years of her career.
Yeah, we're not going to. Well, actually, I would like to bring this up later on when we talk about
her
the general response to the fan base of the show.
Yeah,
but she's great. Aaron Paul, obviously. Dean Norris.
I have my opinions on Hank. I love Dean Norris.
No, I think he plays it incredibly. For what he's going for, he's great.
Yes.
Let's see, Betsy Brandt as Marie. She's great later on. She doesn't have much to do in this episode.
She doesn't.
But like later on,
she still got that.
RG Mitt as well, Walter White Jr.
He's fab in this episode.
Yeah. And then obviously like guest starring crazy. It was Max Arciniega.
Let's see.
Max Arciniega.
Arciniega.
And as John Koyama as Emilio. And a quick shout out to the eyebrows man, Marius Stan.
Real eyebrows.
Real eyebrows.
Yeah. They said in the commentary about they were real eyebrows.
I was thinking like did they have that in the script? And I'm guessing not.
No, they changed the line. They did say what the original line was in the commentary. I didn't write it down.
What an absolute sport! Because I'm sure that is going to follow him to his grave now.
I'm sure I would have had to trim my eyebrows afterwards.
But yeah, in this like straight away in this episode, like the chemistry is locked in with like all of the cast.
Oh, they're so like, they bounce off each other so well. That's one thing I found. Did you manage to watch the commentary?
I didn't manage to watch it.
That's fair enough. Like I said, the commentary doesn't really give much information. Some commentaries are like focused on giving background information.
Yeah, this is like a cast one.
This is a cast one. It's like the whole cast plus Gilligan and Lynn Willingham, the editor. So many people, very chaotic. But like, even just in that, the cast has such a repertoire of each other and such good chemistry with each other already.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, no wonder it was like they were so good with each other.
Sometimes like it's like movies or shows thrive on like Okay, maybe not. There are exceptions where, like, obviously there's some tension in the cast, and yet their work, like, sort of stands out.
Yeah.
But, like, with this sort of thing, you really want them to gel, and they just clearly did.
They do, yeah.
Like, and you see any behind-the-scenes stuff with them, and they seem to have, like, a really good time.
It really does. So, filming for the episode.
Yeah.
It began on March 6, 2007, and it took several weeks, finished on March 21st.
Was
so
it
3 weeks?
I don't remember. I swear I saw something there being troubles with during the writer's strike.
I didn't read much on that, but I do believe that there were things affecting Breaking Bad as a whole.
Yeah, because like the
early on.
writer's strike was like 2007, 2008,
Yes.
I believe. So which is like right about time. I don't think it affected it that much, but it was definitely like during that time period.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot going on. There was also so you probably watched the normal one, but AMC, the original pilot was written for FX.
Yeah. Wait,
And
was
then
it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
So
then went to
this isn't like a because Lost is AMC, wasn't it?
Lost AMC or ABC?
Oh, it might have been ABC. No,
Yeah.
it's like some shows are sort of birthed from like the higher ups wanting to go for like a certain idea or something.
No, so it was Gilligan's idea. Like
Yeah, it
his
was like his
brainchild.
baby.
Yeah, he was like, I want to write this show
Yeah.
of like this progression from a good guy to a bad guy.
Yeah.
And he wrote the pilot for FX, and for whatever reason, didn't go for FX, went to AMC, who then like went through the whole process of casting. So it was truly in the script section. It went from FX to
And
AMC.
from the bits I've seen of that script, obviously you can see it on the screen, but this script is like so well written as
Yes,
well.
it's
It like
really good,
really
yeah.
draws you in.
And AMC, the episode was filmed for a 1 hour time slot because that was what the script was written for. However, for subsequent airings, they did release, when they shared the pilot for the first time, they did release the 1 hour.
Yeah.
But for every subsequent re-airing of the episode,
Yeah.
it was the cut down 45-minute version because
Okay.
that's how long typical AMC episodes are.
Right, okay. Because
So-
I did see that. Because I don't think I've ever seen the cut down
No,
version.
because like on all home releases, it's like
And the same for
extended
like
version.
Netflix.
Yes, yeah. And to be fair, what they cut out is like, because they also had to cut it for a different airing time.
Yeah.
So like, because they had to air it later. So I think they cut out the hand job scene. They cut out some of the swearing. I can't remember the other one, but it's like,
It's just regular stuff just to make it
yeah,
more
character
palatable.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Rather than necessary plot stuff. It's stuff that was good in the episode.
Yeah.
But like, if you had to cut it,
I can't imagine
you know.
cutting anything. This is like an extremely like
it's so tight. Isn't
yeah.
It? Yeah.
There's not like a ton of areas where it'd just be like, oh yeah, that could be trimmed down, or something. Have you seen like, not to jump but like far ahead, have you seen like any of the deleted scenes or anything that came on like the DVD?
No,
No,
I haven't actually.
I'll bring it up later on once we finish
because I have
the
watched
episode. Because
a
there's
lot
just
of
like
background stuff.
there's only one I really want to talk about because it's like it changes like sort of a character introduction.
Really, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder which one. We'll get to that. Should we? Well, let me share a couple more fun trivia things then, and we'll talk into the episode as a whole.
About the production.
About the
Yeah,
production.
Go right ahead.
The episode is titled Pilot because it is the first, the first episode.
Yeah.
I think this was IMDb or Breaking Bad wiki. There are two facts.
Yeah.
Where I read them and I was like, that's just.
I think I know the one. I
reach.
think I saw the same one where it's just like, you know how we were talking about in the last one? It's just like, oh, it's pilot because there's a pilot in it.
Yeah, it is the same thing.
Yeah.
A pilot could also be referred to used a pilot light to light a stove to start the reaction to need.
It's
to
like,
cook.
yeah, sure, buddy.
If Vince Gilligan said it, fair enough. But I was like, it's a stretch. I really want to tell you the other one, but it's to do with the episode, so
Okay.
I'll hold off. But the other one I think is insane.
Okay. Oh,
Like you're insanely like silly. But after the pilot aired, the pilot itself received various nominations. Primetime Emmy Awards. Bryan Cranston won Outstanding Lead Actor.
Yeah.
Gilligan was nominated for Outstanding Directing.
Did it
won
win like?
editing?
Did it win any for like cinematography?
Cinematography? I'm not sure. Actually,
Because like this
might-
episode, it looks fantastic. It was
It
done
does.
by John Toll. He's done like movies. He's like did like Thin Red Line. Did like Breakout
yeah, they
and
mentioned
stuff.
him during the commentary.
Yeah, yeah.
So he might have been nominated. I'm not sure. I might.
It's the only
for some
episode he
reason I
did
missed that.
on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode is directed by Vince Gilligan as well.
Vince Gilligan. Honestly, my spreadsheet is literally Vince Gilligan. Vince Gilligan. Vince
Yeah,
Gilligan.
yeah. No, this is like his baby.
Yes, it really was.
And he had like a pivotal role in like the entire thing. So it is like, yeah, it's like his child. And he was like, and he's clearly really passionate about it. He talks like a lot in like interviews about his process with it.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, go on.
You could tell from a lot of the background stuff how much he cares about it.
Yeah. And from genuinely being unemployed before this.
Yeah, wild.
Yeah, I know.
To strike out.
Well, like, he didn't have that many credits before this. He only had, like, X-Files, then this, and now Better Call Saul. I don't think he, like, worked on much before this.
No, I didn't find.
But I'm interested in any, like, projects he would do afterwards. But shall we talk about the actual episode?
Should we go into the plot of the episode?
Should we go into the plot of the episode?
Is this the most iconic intro to an episode, to a show of all time?
Which part? The part with like him with the pants falling down?
The opening, like, shot, the pants, the driving.
I forgot about it, and then I saw about it because like I popped the disc in. You can't see me, I'm winking.
She sailed the high seas.
I sailed the high seas. But when I was just like looking at the footage because it's been ages. I was just like, I'll just have a look at that for like 5 seconds. And then I saw the opening. I was just like, holy fuck, I forgot it opens like this. And it's just like, it's one of the best hooks.
It is, just straight away. In the commentary, they were saying about how Bryan Cranston, when it starts, and you see the pants flying, Bryan Cranston just goes, wow, how did they do that? Vince Gilligan explains that they just threw them.
No, that's really like such a good thing. I saw there's a couple of good things to talk about how they structure like the episodes and how like everyone starts with like a teaser, which is like the big hook of it. And for this, they almost commit the sin of starting at the end and then obviously like flashing back, which is genuinely considered almost like a writing sin. But for this, it's just kind of just like, it's so fascinating, it hooks you in right away.
I think the issue is with writing like that is sometimes it's done because they don't have faith in the audience to stick around. I think with this, it's more just they're like, we're gonna in 50 minutes we're gonna be here, and then to show us normal Walter White, it's gonna be like, because Vince Gilligan
said like he wants to really spend time with normal Walt, and he wanted to like give you a glimpse of like how it's gonna like end by the end of the episode. Because when I first saw this, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be like the end of the season, not the end of the episode. This man goes through such a transformation in like an hour. It's incredible, but it feels so smooth.
It is. It doesn't feel rushed, even though it's fast. Like the scenes from once he starts, like once he kind of works out, I could get this much money. You see the transition of like, right, he finds out he has cancer. There's the party, and he learns from Hank how much money they make. He asks to go on the drug run. No, the party's
before he gets the diagnosis.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's really interesting if it is.
Wait. Let me see.
No, I hate to say it. I think I'm right.
No, he doesn't.
Really?
Yeah. The party is before, and there's just like, because he had like he was having like.
He was working 2 jobs.
Yeah.
Which they actually what's Marie's actress name again, please?
Betty Brant.
Betty Brant actually says in the commentary, and she asks, is it common for teachers to have to work second jobs? In America, in public school? Yes.
Yeah.
God, even more so now, arguably. This is definitely a show you can tell was written with the financial crash in mind. Maybe. Is that a stretch?
No, it was like it was 2008.
Yeah.
But they weren't filming in 2007. Oh, no, wait, they would have been. But that was like on the precipice.
Yeah, the crash didn't happen just in 2008. The recession
It definitely feels like almost, even if it isn't, it feels like a sort of response to the sort of like...
financial struggles at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's been like... obviously much ink spilt about how like this story wouldn't have happened if it was set in like Canada or something, if they had like free healthcare, which I think is not necessarily true. I definitely think it's I think it's more about I want to talk about this later, specifically toxic masculinity.
Oh yes, we'll talk about that, I'm sure.
There's plenty about that.
But yeah, go back to the structure of it. Yeah, just okay, so the flow of
but like the revealing of information. Yeah.
Oh, that's how much money you can get. Can I?
You can see like the gears turning in his head.
Him seeing Jesse and realizing he's gotten in. I was shocked how it goes from him seeing Jesse to him like immediately finding him and being like, "Cook with me."
Yeah.
There's like he makes the decision quick, but it doesn't feel rushed because you can see him.
Yeah, because it has
working it out.
there's like one scene where he just like sits down and he's clearly just thinking, like the part where he's by the pool, and he's just like throwing matches. Shot. Yeah,
they did that with natural light.
Did they?
Yeah,
like, it looks great. But I love the setting of it, of just like he's like he's not like a failed person in any regard.
No.
He's like clearly quite successful. He obviously has like financial troubles.
Yeah.
But he has a family. He has like a family. He's done like almost the American dream of just like.
I'm saying, yeah, he's got a strong. It's like he's got a strong family unit.
Yeah.
But there's like.
But you could always have
little
more
difficulties.
It's like it is like a critique on like the American dream. It's like he has like elements of it.
Yeah.
Like he has the house. Like obviously he struggles with like the 2 jobs, and that's more like.
But like also Skylar, from what we can tell in this episode, Skylar doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't think so.
She is like a novelist.
Yeah. Because, she's pregnant, so I think she's on.
But we don't know if she's pregnant in this episode.
Oh, is it?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Did they just say she's pregnant in this episode?
No, they say when she's giving Walt the tuggy.
Oh, you're right. She does.
Just like, I'm
sorry. I watched so many behind the scenes. I didn't actually watch.
Yeah. Plus, when they show his house, you see all baby.
No,
gear.
you're right. Because she's like, what about the baby? So she's pregnant. So that's another thing of like the stress of the financial difficulties.
It's the midlife crisis show.
Yeah, it is, and that's why Walter actually was meant to be 40 years old. Originally, and they aged him up by 10 years because they were like, 40 is like. The difference between 40 and 50 in a man's life, especially like a father, is like a massive difference.
Yeah.
Because there's just the weight of the responsibility, especially becoming, having a second child at 50.
Yeah. But as the show goes along, you can see, without like, just through Bryan Cranston's performance, you could see him just sort of like taking information and processing it and kind of just like, only at like, probably the scene with when he agrees to go on the drug bust, and then obviously when he fully admits it with Jesse, it's just like I want to do this.
Yes.
That's just like much before that, where it's just like I'm gonna cook meth.
It's all internal. He doesn't like say he thinks it, but you can tell.
Comes across so well.
Oh, he's such a good like face actor.
Yeah,
he genuinely is. He's fantastic.
Yeah, but this is the most cuckolding episode ever, because like the majority of this is just like. With at least the first 2 acts, I would say, it is just like showing his like regular day life and how unsatisfied he was even before the cancer diagnosis.
Yeah, genuinely, because like when it opens, he wakes up way earlier than everyone. This is my second bit of trivia.
Yeah,
he goes on the Stepmaster.
Yeah,
on either the Breaking Bad wiki or IMDb.
Yeah, one
of the trivia pieces was Walt uses a Stepmaster, and it's not clear why. So what do you mean? It's not
what do you mean? He's just doing exercise.
He's gone for a walk. We don't know why he did that. He's just exercising.
I don't remember where I saw it. I saw someone interpret this as like, he's literally going nowhere. Like it's
that's like a really good interpretation.
Yeah, like it's like a visual representation of that, and I do think even if it's a stretch, I like that interpretation. I
don't think it's a stretch. I feel like it makes sense. But him going to school. American high schools are so weird.
Honestly,
based on television.
Let me just say, this town is full of sick teenagers. Like, they're all fucking freaks. Like, obviously, you get, like, the annoying Chad, which I think is very funny. His name is Chad.
Yeah.
Where he's just, like, kind of being a brat. But then you got those fucking teenagers laughing at Walt Jr.
And also, they got them...
I understand that is so we have, like, an easy justification for Walt for just going absolute apeshit on them.
Like, every town has bad apples. Every class in school has bad apples.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, it's kind of weird, like...
And you got that scene with fucking them taking for a wall washing the car. It's just like, Christ, man.
They are, like, horrible too. Because, like, I can see, like, dragging the chair, and like that's being bratty, but I guess like if it was our school, they probably would just fucking had a shouting match.
Yeah,
that was like the main difference. But at the fucking car wash, like, you'll never guess who's washing our car. It's like, okay, fair enough if they were like younger, but it doesn't help that they look like they're adults. And I'm not being funny, those characters are probably like 17, 18.
Yeah,
and it's like, really, you're gonna be a dick about the fact that your teacher is washing car? It'd be like, oh, I don't know. I always find it like kind of polite. You should just be polite when you see teachers outside the school.
Yeah,
that's just wild. And look, bigots and bullies will always exist.
Yeah.
But that guy with his friends, how was he not a little embarrassed to be
Honestly.
loudly making fun of a disabled boy?
Yeah.
Like, not even just like quietly to his friends and they overheard. Like, Skylar, Walt, and Walt Jr. could all hear him.
Yeah.
And he was on the other side of the shop.
Honestly, they were just like horrific.
Insane.
But that was just like one of the many cases of just like everything pushing down on him.
Yeah.
Like, and seemingly the only joy he has, like genuine joy, is the chemistry bit. Where he's like talking about that, because like a lot of the time, like even with his family, it felt like he was putting up a bit of a front.
Yeah, you could tell that I think in the party scene especially.
Yeah.
Like
it was incredibly uncomfortable. Yeah. It's a really good scene because we get the introduction of Dean Norris's character Hank, and so I completely agree because like obviously as the show goes along, Hank becomes like a very fleshed out character.
He does, and Dean Norris plays him so well.
He plays like he's in a completely different show.
He does. We talked last week about how like characters can be really difficult when they're written to not necessarily be likable, and I think the issue is Hank is kind of meant to be a bit likable. It's just we're gonna talk about like toxic masculinity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think Hank I see as such a representation of this like masculinity that I kind of like hate in terms of like the ego-ness.
He's the contrast to
Walt.
Yeah, in every way. That Walt Jr. is like he's clearly like more interested in like
what Hank's doing.
Yeah, and everything as I was speaking earlier. If you don't like him in that scene, you would have hated his introduction, which was the deleted scene.
I thought that was what you were going to say because I did watch the audition scenes.
Yeah.
And all of their audition scenes were in the episode except for Hank's. And in the commentary, they mentioned that there was a different scene for Hank.
Yeah, so have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. I've only heard them talk about it.
So describe it briefly. It's so Walt's in the thing. He's doing like a little toast.
Yes.
And then he hears sirens. He comes out, and then Hank shows up in 2 police cars. He comes out, drinks in hand, going, "Hey, buddy," whatever, and he just like steals the thunder from it. And Walt's clearly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I think it was a smart decision because although Hank is like, he's quite braggadocious. Probably like a bit obnoxious, but this like kind of pushes over. We're just like, all right, this guy's just
he does like Walt.
Yeah.
He clearly cares about Walt, and so that does. Sound like
Hank constantly, not seemingly consciously, because he does seem to like him. He obviously clearly invites him to come up with his work to him.
He genuinely does.
But in this party, he like speaks over him. I love the part where he's given the toast and he takes Walt's drink.
That was wild. I didn't notice that until they pointed out in the commentary.
Oh, yeah.
And like they were like, "Oh, that's such a good." I can't remember if they said it was scripted or not, but they said Dean Norris did such a good job of taking it to the point where like you don't even realize that it's Walt's.
Yeah,
drink.
no, that cracked me up. That's like that's such a good
funny.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas on
that's the thing. I think Hank is such a well-acted, well-written character. It's more my personal sense of
it's kind of
this
interesting
kind of guy.
Yeah, much like Jesse in a way.
Yeah.
They sort of go like Walt and Hank go on opposite trajectories.
Yes.
Of development up, where obviously Walter develops into a more like traditionally like aggressive character, whereas like we see much more of Hank's softer side later on, whereas like this is just constantly putting up this facade.
Yes,
like, and obviously you have the scene later on where he's just like, he's doing the, oh my god, he's so racist.
So racist. I gotta talk about racism. Oh, yeah. Well, obviously we're not American.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean like racism doesn't exist here. God knows it does. But like
it's a different kind of racism.
The whole American USA Mexico thing, especially like in discussion of drugs. Obviously they had to like, that's realistic to what it would be like.
Well, yeah, he's like a DEA agent.
Yeah, it's like so awkward.
Yeah.
And like arguably plays into the plot because he's like, oh, they're probably Mexican, and then it's Walter and Jesse obviously start cooking and they're going to be like the big thing.
Yeah.
Neither of them are Mexican.
Yeah.
So it does play on that. It's not without reason. It makes sense. But yeah, he's so racist.
Yeah.
And then like, I think in the way that irritates me the most, we kind of talked about this earlier about like how, like in our own private conversations, about how bigotry has always been around, but for a little period, people were at least kind of quiet about it. Yeah. But I find this type of bigotry really obnoxious where it's like casually talking about it and it's like people just kind of laugh it off. It's like, oh, that's just Hank, and it's like, no, what he's saying is really gross.
But it sort of ties into them being in a completely different, like, it feels like one of those police procedural shows. Yeah. So contrasting it with like Walt's life is like really great because like obviously he sees himself as like almost an action star. Like when they're watching him on TV.
Oh yeah, and he turns it up and stuff like that.
Yeah, at Walter's birthday. It's like so good.
Yeah, I forgot it was his birthday party. That's so funny.
Yeah. Again, tying into the whole midlife crisis thing. But then they obviously go on the stakeout.
They do.
After Walt clearly makes a decision, but it's not clear what yet.
He's clearly thinking about it.
Yeah.
And like you could definitely see that once he asks if he can go inside.
Yeah. Well, actually, we skipped over the whole diagnosis scene. Where after the party.
Yeah, he goes to work.
Like he goes to work like at the car wash. Yeah. And then he sees a lady dressed in a green, and it activates his cancer.
Yeah, I've seen hot ladies before that's activated.
I don't know what that means. Actually, it just clicked for me.
Yeah.
Oh God, should I bring that up? Yeah, okay. So color plays like a big part in this.
It does.
Yeah, because obviously like Jesse's wears like red. It's like his color, but green is Walt's. And the lady was wearing a green dress.
Yes.
So, and like, I think I remember them saying like, like green is supposed to represent like life.
Yes,
so it's like almost like it does activate something within him.
Yes.
Obviously, in like a metaphorical sense, I don't think it literally causes his cancer.
Costume designer Kathleen Totoro specifically says green represents life, and then I put in brackets on my notes possibly money as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are very conscious, and they talk about it in the commentary as well, about every character having a color. Yeah. That is a very conscious decision.
Because, like, obviously early on, Walter wears very muted colors.
Oh, it's so grey, the openings.
Which is, like, contrast from, like, the actual, like, the teaser opening.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, like, they're driving around. Obviously, he's got the green apron as well.
The green shirt.
And he's wearing the green shirt. They got the green apron. Yeah, it's just like... So, he sees the lady in green. He passes out. And then you have this really great scene where they talk about his... where he's talking to the doctor. But obviously, he's repeating the information.
Yeah.
But it's really good because, for one, you're learning the information of that he has cancer, but also his reaction to it at the exact same time. Yes. Like, that's incredible storytelling.
It really
because
is.
He's like, it shows that he's just sort of numb to it at this point whilst learning the information.
It's almost like just another thing, another problem.
Yeah. And much so that he's like focusing on like the mustard stain.
Yeah. And I think that it's really interesting how we also see in the ambulance, and he's like, I'm fine, it's just the flu, my wife had it, my son had it.
Yeah.
And you could almost read into that in terms of medical bills.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it'll get addressed later in the show, but like we've already said about like the healthcare thing. Mm-hmm. But like, even taking an ambulance in the US isn't free.
Yeah, we kind of take this for granted, like over here, because like, people have many complaints about the NHS, but we don't have to pay for fucking ambulances.
Yeah,
which is just like, I can't imagine that. Like, imagine like you're going through like pain, like pain or anything, and you just like.
Some people have. Sorry to keep cutting you off.
No.
Some people have wristbands that are like, first of all, do not resuscitate.
Yeah.
DNR, and also some of them will say like, don't call an ambulance.
Yeah, some people take taxis instead. This is fucking insane.
I saw a tweet once, like that was probably like reposted on Tumblr or something like that, and it was literally like, why are people complaining about paying for ambulances? It's not your taxi to a hospital. And someone just went like, what the fuck is it then?
Yeah.
If not a taxi to the hospital.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something to consider about like how we see Walt collapse, we see him in that ambulance trying to basically get out of it, just like, oh, just drop me off, I'm fine.
Yeah.
To then find out, no, it's serious. It's cancer.
And then he goes for that. And then basically it changes his perception of everything around him as well as the viewers. Because obviously he goes, the very next scene is like him speaking to Skylar, and they're just talking about general financial stuff, like him like spending a little bit of money on like a credit card they're not supposed to, and it just has this like drabness that was like even like amplified from previously, because like he was clearly dissatisfied with his life, but he could carry on. But then something just clicks now, where he's just kind of just like,
it's like that driving force of like, well, I've got it. It's like he was looking for a reason, and I was
that's what I wrote down. Like later on, it becomes kind of clear, like it's not just the cancer
No.
that does this. It's a culmination of everything that's come before.
Exactly. And I think it's really interesting that he doesn't tell Skylar that he has cancer. He doesn't tell Jesse either. Jesse asks him later
They
on in the
held this
episode.
off for I think like episode 2 or 3.
Probably soon, yeah.
Yeah.
But just the fact that he doesn't say, like, almost, I don't know, it's like, I think it makes sense to maybe like hold that close to your chest for a bit, like when you're in shock. But it's really interesting how like
it's
when
very
Jesse,
interesting that
it went like I'm jumping ahead a bit, but when Jesse says to him like, "Why are you doing this?
Why are you Breaking Bad?
Why are you Breaking Bad?" It makes sense for Walt to say, "Look, I've got cancer. I need to pay for my bills," but he doesn't.
No,
That's a
I like the way
conscious
he
choice.
frames it. It's just
Yeah.
like, what was it?
I am awake.
I am awake.
Wild thing to say.
I know, he's
start
crazy.
saying that when I just start saying that when I don't know how to get out of like state things. And Jesse's response to it's really funny.
What? Oh wait, one more thing we glanced over: the saddest hand job in the world.
You watch it with commentary. Watch
Yeah.
it with the entire cast's commentary.
Oh, I bet that's great.
So funny.
I bet.
And I don't know if they were in the same room or not, but like, was
I doubt it.
Skylar's
There's probably like
actress?
10 of them or
Yeah,
something.
Skylar's actress name?
It is Anagon.
Anagon. I was completely wrong. Anagon is like, RJ Mitt, who plays Walter Jr. Anagon's like, I'm covering RJ's eyes. I don't want him to see this. Because he was like, he was like 16 at the time. He was playing his age.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. So he was playing down. Now that we've sort of got over like sort of the opening half of the episode, we've talked about Hank. I feel like there's a lot to talk about with Skylar, so should we talk about Walter Jr. first?
Yeah, sure.
So they wrote the character with cerebral palsy.
They did.
Yes, so it was a conscious decision. I think that's really interesting. Gilligan basically just said he wanted to like highlight something that people struggle with.
Yeah.
In real life, it's quite a common thing. It affects people very differently. So RJ Mitt does have cerebral palsy, but not to the extent that Walter Jr. has. He doesn't have to use mobility aids or anything. So
I think it is great that they did actually like, because this was during the period of
they could have easily not.
Let's just hire this able-bodied person to play this person in a wheelchair, not hinting at any other specific...
No other specific shows.
No other specific shows.
Yeah, so I think that was a good decision. RJ Mitt is actually a Screen Actors Guild spokesman for actors with disabilities now. So he's done a lot of work talking about acting with being disabled at the same time.
Yeah.
Which I think is really nice. But I think it's really interesting how Walter Jr.'s disability is played in this episode about the show of like... It never feels like, even with all of Walt's struggles, it never feels like that's one of them. If that makes sense.
No, I think there is like a genuine like love.
Yeah, he loves Walter Jr. so much, and like I like the rapport that Walter Jr. has with both Skylar and Walt.
Yeah,
I love the breakfast scene.
Yeah.
And he's like, "This tastes like ass."
Yeah.
And
they have like a good genuine banter between them,
and it makes you real feel for it when like fucking in the shop scene.
Yeah,
with those two people, and like obviously we get that. That's such a good scene for like the three characters, like as a family unit.
Yeah.
The fact that Skylar asks Walter Jr. like when he's struggling to change, says like, "Do you want me or do you want your dad?" They're still giving him agency.
Yeah.
Also in the sense of when the bullying starts, they ask him like they say like we should say something, and Walter Jr.'s like, "Please don't."
Yeah.
And for a second, they both look like they could respect it. Then Walter leaves. But before...
I like to imagine just that 20 seconds or something. He's going around the shop.
Apparently, he had to walk around the whole thing. They said in the what's it called, in the commentary. But I also like that. I like that even though Walter Jr., which unfortunately is probably the case of a lot of disabled people, has to deal with a lot of this shit from people and doesn't want his parents like making a scene. But not only does Walt storm out and then obviously come in and kick the guy in the leg and, be the big tough guy, but Skylar goes over as well.
Yeah,
Skylar's ready.
Yeah, she was about to, and then Walt just came in and just started.
And I love that. I think that's she
was gonna give it that.
My name is Skylar White. Yo. Do not bully my son.
Yeah, they would have died. Then.
Honestly, I think that would have been scarier.
Yeah, honestly.
Honestly, being told off by like a mother figure is way more intimidating. But like we see them as a family unit. We see that they do get on. Like, obviously, we know that from later in the show that there are issues between Skylar and Walt, but like from our perspective,
yeah, there is.
From our perspective, they're having a baby. Yes, they're not like that intimate. She's giving him a hand job while also like doing eBay bids.
Yeah, that's a really funny scene.
Yeah, it is. But they also, they get on with Walter Jr. They both care about him so much they're willing to protect him.
Yeah,
it's really compelling.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean to say when I say he's like although they're in kind of financial situation, he still has like. Well, a lot of people consider like a happy lifestyle.
He has like a lot of love.
Yeah. But again, when I go to my toxic masculinity rant about the show,
yes,
it's clearly not enough.
Yeah, exactly. And he almost gets like, and it is satisfying when he kicks the bully in the leg, because how many people is like, oh well, if I was like this, I would do this. How many times have we like dealt with annoying
even
things?
this early on, Walter is kind of a what's it called?
Yeah, Walter.
A cathartic character.
Pardon?
A cathartic character.
Oh yeah, a cathartic character. That's really good. Yeah.
Because like he once he learns about the diagnosis and he has like the fuck it attitude.
Yeah.
And then he just starts acting out on his impulses.
Yeah, and like it's weird because like part of me always wants to be like, yeah, fuck him, like show him that. I was saying the other week about me, Viv wasn't there, but I went to the cinema with some friends, and the guy in front of us was like absolutely horrible to one of our friends who genuinely accident like kicked his seat a couple of times, and he turned around and like swore and cursed. And
you wish you could have walked around the cinema, came back, kicked him in the leg.
No,
like, if you want to give me a punch.
Times like that where it's like, why I oughta pour my drink on your head, and it's like, you do think like that, and then to see a character who's like, yeah, he does.
Yeah, he embodies these
stamps
things
on his leg, and he calls him out. He's like, go on, hit me. Like you can. You've got one shot.
Take your shot.
Yeah, you got one shot. Take it. Take the shot. And like, yeah, and honestly, it seems like I'm sure he was angry. I'm sure he genuinely did do that for Walter Jr.'s sake. But I also think there's an equal chance that he did that for himself.
Absolutely.
He did that to get that out. He seemed turned on is the wrong phrase, but turned on by it.
A lot of this is tied into sexual. Fuck it. Toxic.
Let's talk about toxic masculinity.
This entire episode is about being sexually repressed.
Yes.
And general sort of masculine behavior. Just a lot of it, like obviously like the hand job scene and whatever, but also it's very clear that Walter is not sexually satisfied, and then he's unable to express any sort of form of masculinity within his life.
Yes.
Which the way they express is him being quite timid.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time. And he sees, and obviously we have the contrast of Hank's character.
Yes.
Who is very traditionally masculine in that
yes.
he obviously controls social situations or whatever. We don't see any like him doing like massive sexual acts or something.
No.
But just from the way he expresses himself, but then with the introduction of Jesse's character, we see him leaving.
He's been having sex with a woman.
Yeah. So
traditionally beautiful.
So when
woman.
Walt sees that, he's just like this is subtext, obviously, but it's almost like an end to obviously just like a financial situation, but also he can regain that sexual power that he's lost, which is solved at the end of the episode. Yeah, by him very hornily turning right over,
being very commanding in the bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. Sort of taking on these sort of quote unquote more like he's taking control of his. Yeah.
That's a really interesting read.
No, it's quite a common one.
Yeah.
But like looking at it now, I was just like, oh, like how a lot of people demean each other in this episode is through homophobia.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of F slurs going around.
Yeah, there are. I love an F slurs TV show. But
a lot of it is just like, because that was just used as a form of like demasculizing them.
Yeah, because they also say about like, Jesse says, I'm gonna say the F slur, folks. I'm allowed to. Jesse says about Walter, like, you could dress up like a Freddy Fazbear if you want to, and it's like it's to do with how he's dressing. They chose tidy whities specifically because they are the most pathetic looking underwear.
The tiny Walter whities.
Yeah, because if you put like, this might be me projecting. If you put it like a man in boxers, doesn't necessarily mean it's pathetic. I've seen like, yes, Bryan Cranston is an older man. I think he's still traditionally quite handsome.
Yeah, he's really handsome.
But like, I don't think that necessarily.
But he's not shredded.
Yeah, that doesn't paint him as pathetic by default. So they specifically choose what pants make him look the most demeaned.
Yeah.
And most pathetic is the word they use.
Yeah.
The most vulnerable, and I think that's really interesting to read it as sort of the whole, not I always thought of it with toxic masculinity, but reading it specifically to do with the sexual angle is very interesting.
But also the performance aspect of it, which I think more ties into Jesse's scenes, specifically when he's talking to the drug dealers. He's clearly he's putting on this performance of machismo, trying to be all hard and stuff. But they it breaks every now and again.
Oh, fucking the bit where he's like, oh, if I see that guy again.
Yeah, exactly. Literally nightmare scenario. It's just well, he's right here. Fuck, man.
I'm surprised Jesse didn't fucking leg it right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, yeah. But no, it is. Well, that's the thing, because talking about masculinity.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
Yes, you are.
I'm not necessarily the most masculine of men, but I'm a man.
Yeah.
I think it's so funny because, like you said, they use homophobia to demean each other.
Yeah.
I think overacting and overindulging in performative masculinity makes someone look really gay.
This is quite interesting, especially later on with the show with Gus, which is almost an antithesis to this, because obviously he's spoilers, he's gay.
Yeah.
But he still embodies a lot of those qualities as well. Obviously, he's a murdering psychopath.
Yeah.
But he sort of has both, which is almost makes him scarier in a way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the villains in these shows, even straight away, they have to put on this front of
peak masculine.
Of peak masculine. I am more man than you in order to intimidate them.
Yeah, and it's just something I think so interesting, especially because I know we're talking about the pilot, but thinking of Gus in the future, which even if you've only seen the Breaking Bad pilot, Gus Fring.
Yeah, he's the other face.
I can't remember his last name. Giancarlo.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah,
he's a great actor. He's
fantastic.
Yeah.
Gus Fring. You've seen the promo image of Gus.
Yeah.
And it is so interesting of Crazy 8 in this episode, how they're getting up in each other's faces, trying to look bigger. And genuinely, I think it's borderline camp, just really gay. And I know that's my interpretation as a gay man.
Yeah.
But I just think that it's so interesting in how performative masculinity kind of loops back around for me in my own interpretation as not masculine, especially when you bring in Gus, who's more more reserved.
Yeah, he's more reserved.
He's calm.
He's smaller frame than a lot of the
you wouldn't
people.
think. Well, when he's introduced again, spoilers, when he's introduced, you don't even realize he's a drug lord.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just a friendly guy who works in a chicken shop. And I think that's really interesting how in this episode, I mean, you kind of get that with Walter. Yeah. How, same with Walter. Walter's like that, where, granted, yes, he's searching for this masculinity, but at no point does Walter try and physically intimidate anyone.
No, because he can't, because he knows his limits is his, intelligence a lot of the time.
Well, yeah, he can outsmart them, but he can't outfight them.
But this dynamic continues between Jesse and Walt in an interesting way, because, obviously, Walt, they kind of need each other, because, like he says, you know the business, and I know the chemistry. And but they constantly have this dynamic of this admiration, this disdain.
Yes.
They have this pre-established relationship of he used to be his teacher.
Yeah.
So he constantly demeans him, but they do it back and forth in an interesting way.
I think the teacher aspect is really interesting, mainly because if you noticed that Jesse, does he even use his first name once? He only will refer to him as Mr. White.
Yeah.
And I think that's I'm saying this now. If we see teachers outside school, we still think of them by their teacher name. But I think that's so interesting of how that already shows the different levels that they're on.
Yeah.
And even though Jesse doesn't necessarily like Walt, he's still got that kind of ingrained respect for him.
Yeah.
But only in the sense of act he knew him as a teacher.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily respect him as a person.
Yeah.
But he'll, just that aspect.
But that tension that sort of that creates a really interesting dynamic.
It does,
because it constantly flux between I need you, but you're a fucking idiot. But that goes both ways with them.
Yeah, there's stuff
because Walt is very, he doesn't know this industry. He obviously knows how to do this, but he doesn't he doesn't grapple with like all the social stuff.
Yeah.
And even Jesse isn't perfect at it, like especially like early on.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like obviously he has some experience within doing drugs and like selling them or whatever. But with like this introduction, obviously it goes horribly wrong.
he almost gets them killed immediately.
Yeah, and then he fucks up and bashes his face and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
And the poor
black eye.
I know, that is rough.
That is a horrible black eye.
But obviously he's like he's overconfident in what he can do as well.
Yeah.
So when he like Walt makes like really good, meth, he gets like he's really impressed, and that clearly does like flatter his ego as well. So that creates that relationship dynamic as well of like admiration.
Yeah.
Maybe less with Walt and like to Jesse. I don't think he sees much admiration. I think he just sees them as more as a tool. They do develop later on, but like this early on, it's clear like.
Yeah, I think that's what's really interesting about Walt and Jesse.
Yeah, there's just like so much stuff going on with that.
They're similar in a lot of ways, but they're also so different in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
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 I love the music that plays over Jesse's introduction. I haven't really got anything to add to
Wait,
it.
the one where he's like falling out the window?
Yeah, the fucking little guitar bit.
Oh, yeah. Is that like that's not like the first proper joke in the episode, is it?
I'm sure there's not. I'm sure there's jokes throughout. But
like
that was played for
that's like the
laughs.
big laugh for me.
Oh,
that
well,
was the first
did you
time.
see what his license plate said?
Oh, the captain?
The captain, did you see what it said under that?
And I can't remember.
Save a tree, eat a beaver.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Suck my dick?
Beaver is American slang for the fanny.
Oh, fanny muncher.
Jesse gives massive T-boy energy.
I was going to bring this up.
Were you actually?
This is a common interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, in very specific circles, I'm sure if we go beyond our microcosm online, we will be like, what the fuck are you talking about, Jesse?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Walter White. No, it's just like his demeanor and his like, again, his like approach to masculinity, especially like early on.
He wears very baggy clothes.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of the time.
Jesse is a gender neutral name, so you could even just...
Yeah, exactly. So he's been adopted by the trans mask community.
Honestly, I'm down for trans mask, Jesse. Jesse.
Yeah, I could just keep talking about the relationship. I love it so much.
I do.
Like when he's like showing all his like lab equipment and he's clearly really excited.
Yeah, and he's like, look at this flask I've got.
Isn't it so cool? Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, whatever.
I use this flask. You wouldn't use that flask. It's a boiling flask.
Yeah, that's my favorite dynamic thing.
Yeah.
Of where he's like being demeaning and he's just like hitting him back with it.
Mad respect as well for Walt stealing those flasks from school. Are schools underfunded? Yes. Do teachers often also have to pay out their pocket for shit? Also yes. So fuck it. Steal them.
And then obviously they get the iconic meth RV. How jealous are you?
Oh, that bodega's so sick. They wouldn't really have a place for it here in the UK.
No.
Because, like, it's too big.
Yeah.
But, fuck me, the idea of, like... When I see van life here, it's like, no, absolutely not. In America...
They just got straight roads for miles.
They got straight roads. You could drive, I mean... One state is the size of not only our country, but, like, the UK as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, Wales is probably the size of a small state.
Yeah.
If that.
Yeah.
So... Just seeing their RVs and how they drive around it. Oh, it's so cool. I love the... No, I think I said the bodega for some reason. No, the Winnebago.
The Winnebago.
I love the Winnebago.
Dub it over afterwards.
The Winnebago. Again.
But yeah, then they do the cooking scene.
They do the cooking. They got a little guitar riff. Walter takes his clothes off.
Good justification for it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like... It all ties into the ending where you're just like, how the fuck did I get to this scenario?
Yeah, how's he in his pants?
Yeah, and then obviously it goes to shit. They bring back the phosphorus gas.
Yes. They say about mustard gas and red phosphorus and like how, one wrong chemical and you can like kill people with it.
Yeah.
They actually were meant to die at the end. So at the end of this episode, to be fair, it's not revealed that Crazy 8 and I can't remember the other character's name.
Amelia? Amelia's dead.
Is he dead? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's Crazy 8's alive.
Crazy 8's alive. They were both meant to die at the end of this. But they found, like, the character so engaging and they thought it was almost kind of more interesting to deal with the consequences of, like...
Yeah, I think that's a really good decision.
You know, obviously they deal with the consequence of they've killed them as well.
Yeah.
Like once they were like, how do you dispose of a body?
Yeah.
But the consequence of this one, like we got one guy alive.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's really interesting. I love the shots of them sliding around. Oh, Coco's having his crazy 5 minutes.
Yeah. That was used in the beginning of it.
Yeah, I love that shot. They did say about how they did that. It's pretty much just like, you know, in safety gear, kind of moving back and forth. What's his name? Bryan Cranston. I can't believe I forgot his name. Bryan Cranston drove the RV.
They just drove it around, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
He said it's like driving a boat.
Yeah.
Just like the way they turn and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, I love the whole escalation of like obviously the gas scene. The cigarette gets thrown out, that causes the fire.
Yeah, exactly. And the that sets it up so well because you hear the sirens in the beginning.
Yeah.
He thinks it's gonna be the police. He's ready to shoot out just for it to be a fire engine.
Yeah.
Because it's because they set the fire.
Yeah, but it really builds up in a very humorous, very satisfying kind of way.
Yeah, it's comedic. It's the whole it's a comedy of errors.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it really establishes how, in the end, you see Walt as kind of like, you know, an adrenaline junkie, someone who's he's seeking this, like you said, masculinity, seeking this release. Like you could even take it in the sexual way of like this is that release of like the pleasure, but I think it's really interesting how he does try and kill himself,
like almost straight away.
Like he's like immediately like I'm not dealing with the consequences of this.
Yeah,
and if that gun hadn't jammed. Like, first of all, interesting, the safety was on.
Yeah.
Just goes to show how little he knows.
Yeah. Again, it shows his inexperience.
And then him
the
accidentally firing it. Like, he obviously, doesn't know how to use a gun. But the fact that he immediately tries to take, you know, obviously, in a more serious sense, like, suicide's complicated. But, like, in the way of, like, what would be seen in this situation as taking the easy way out.
Yeah.
And, because realistically, if he did get arrested... Like, yeah, he would have been, like, put in jail. But probably not for, like, that long. Like...
You would have cooked a little bit of meth.
You would have cooked a little bit of meth. And if he had a good lawyer, which later on they will have a good lawyer...
Yeah.
You'd be like, he just found out he has cancer. He panicked. He did this thing.
Yeah.
Like... And he almost got killed
he'd have
for
a pretty good case.
He'd probably get, like, at most 10
no, he's
years.
tasted this lifestyle now. He can't go back.
Well, that's the thing. You'd think at the end of this episode, like, well, you wouldn't, like, because obviously we know it's a TV show, it's going to keep going.
Yeah.
But in a real situation, it's like someone might get to this and think, oh, I've only done this for one day and, like, already, like, my life's been at risk so many times.
Yeah.
I've got to stop. But he doesn't.
No.
Like, he just keeps going with it.
Well, what are the other options then? Because obviously he's got that life-threatening illness that he needs to pay for. Well, that's the thing. That's what's so good about the setup of just, like, regardless, like, the justification is almost always there.
And it's
just like the internal justification of it all. It's like multitudes are going on.
It's a moral quandary where you can always understand why Walt is doing it, even if later in the show it obviously plays
but that's what's so good. It changes later on.
Yeah,
it's clearly not just about that.
Even in this first episode,
even later on in the season, where he gets like offered like a bajillion amounts of money just to like pay for his treatment or whatever, and he refuses. So it's clearly not that.
No,
we don't know. Obviously, we don't know that in the first episode. But...
No, but even just in the pilot itself, it's so interesting. It is interesting how, you know, like we said, we're using it for that justification, but realistically, cancer was only the final push.
Yeah.
To take him over, and this is just kind of the thing he's been seeking this whole time.
Yeah. No, genuinely. But so that's the episode. I just want to talk about one more thing, and that is the general co-opting of any sort of media that critiques toxic masculinity by representing it.
Yes.
It's obviously he becomes like a Sigma male icon or some
shit.
Yeah,
you said yesterday about how Breaking Bad has become like a content slop farm on YouTube or something.
Well, it kind of always was. But like from looking at like, because I like looking on YouTube videos for like, I know it's not good for research, but they're also just quite entertaining. You get a lot of different angles.
Yeah.
But seeing the amount of TikToks that are just like, obviously there are a lot of iconic moments of the show, but a lot of the iconic moments of the show tend to be Walter fucking mogging on whoever the villain is a lot of the time, and they are really good scenes. They're very well written. They're very well acted.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting because, like any other show, like American Psycho, like I don't know, like Sopranos or Mad Men or what, anything that's just sort of like, isn't this so bad when the guys act like this? And it's just kind of like, no, that's fucking badass.
Well, it's like the whole, like, obviously we're jumping ahead like 4 seasons, but
this ties into like the Skylar sort of like
it does,
bashing as well.
But you could see it like straight away. But when I jump ahead, when I think of iconic Breaking Bad scenes, the one I think I saw separate of the show before I watched the show was "I am the danger, I am the one who knocks," which I can imagine.
Even the writers have admitted, this is supposed to be pathetic. But clearly, audiences have not interpreted it that way.
Well, we live in an era, unfortunately, of like Andrew Tate, Sigma males who, again, going back to the whole performative masculinity and sexualization of things. Andrew Tate's one of those guys who's like, I get loads of women, which I think loops back around to making him look really gay. Not derogatory, like actually gay.
No.
But it's like the whole thing of, like
it's
you
like
said, about being...
It's a bell curve of just like, you keep performing masculinity and it wraps back around.
It's like drag in a weird way. I don't know. It's
like any sort of gender performativity.
Yeah, it is. And it's so interesting how, you know, there was always going to be people who end up agreeing with the bad guy. Like, Walt's meant to be the bad guy, and like in the end, it's like with fucking Thanos, where people are like, oh, Thanos was right, actually. You'll always get like either people who genuinely think that because they just side on that side of a moral quandary of like, yeah, fuck, I'd cook meth, I'd do all these things to like make money.
I cook meth.
Yeah, but I mean more in the sense of post 2016. Obviously, it was a thing before that, but like the war on woke. And like that was bubbling. I genuinely think because fucking Skylar and Anna Gunn was on the receiving end of so much vitriol and backlash. People will say Skylar is the villain of the show, which is insane.
There's been enough written about this, but it is worth saying that
it is, especially because like in this first episode, you can imagine someone seeing this and like interpreting of like, oh, Skylar is like separate from Walt, almost like it's a conscious choice.
Well, she is portrayed as like foiling the fun that is the Walt and Jesse's shenanigans. Like they're just like going off doing silly bits, and obviously she's supposed to be sensible. The sensible character, like thwarting, like later on, obviously for at least like the first season or two. Maybe the beginning of two.
That's my husband.
That information is revealed, so she's just trying to discover it.
Yes.
So any sort of, because like all the stuff with like them doing the illegal, like making meth or whatever, that's portrayed as being fun and goofy and stuff, and his home life is portrayed as drab, so that I think they're connecting that in a weird way.
I can see that interpretation. I mean, the first time I watched it, I didn't like Skylar. I wasn't fucking radicalized against her. But like I remember thinking like, you know, not she's annoying, but like you don't want her stopping him because that's the plot of the show. However, I think that it's interesting how, especially in this first episode, in the pilot, it is like Skylar's the one, like she'll give him a hand job, but she won't like do it lovingly and stuff like that. And you know,
her minds are elsewhere. She's worrying about the finances. She's worrying about like I don't know, her short stories.
But like she obviously cares about Walt, because she says about like, you're overworking yourself. And not in a way of like,
I need you or something.
I need you, or it's like affecting me. She seems like she genuinely cares about Walt. And I just think that it's one of those things where, even though in this first episode, she's like, you know, she's in it a fair amount, but like it's mainly focused on Walt. I think you can't talk about Breaking Bad without talking about the sort of, for lack of a better term, backlash against Skylar specifically.
No, it was quite bad at the time, but it was like a part of like numerous things that were going on at the time with like that TV show.
Exactly.
Same. I think stuff was happening like Game of Thrones. Like to the less extent, I think like what was happening with what's her name? Lena Dunham? No, not Lena Dunham. Lena Headey. Lena Headey.
Yes.
I think because like obviously she plays like quite a villainous character.
But God forbid a woman do anything.
Honestly, Do you think the show does write women well? It is a very men show. It's about men doing men things.
It's hard to say based on just the pilot, because being honest, I wouldn't want to give like a full comment on women, though, how women are written as a whole. Because like realistically, I could think of 3 female characters.
Yeah.
Skylar, Marie, and Jane, who is in there for a little bit later.
Yeah.
And like, there's not. It is a very male focused show.
Yeah.
I think that Skylar is a really interesting character. I think that both of them, both Skylar and Marie, are acted really well.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to watch more, but based on just this first episode, I don't know. I think they're characterized well. I don't know if I could comment on them as like women in more of a sense of representation of women. I guess, like maybe like
I know it's too broad of a question. I shouldn't have asked,
especially because I'm a cis man.
I guess so, but the only other person here, so I was like,
"Oh, you're a woman. What's your thoughts?"
It's fine.
Let's
barely passes the Bechdel test.
Let's talk about pregnancy.
Pregnancy?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
We've been on a pregnancy kick recently. We're trying to have a baby.
It's because we okay, this is basically a complete tangent. Feel free to splice this in at any point in the episode. We saw Fantastic Four, the new one, which is at time of recording Fantastic Four First Steps.
Yes.
The new Marvel one with Pedro Pascal and but yeah, this happens in the show. So yeah, we saw the new Fantastic Four. I didn't love it. I personally, not just because of this. This is just like sort of a certain element of it. This is more just how pregnancy, motherhood are portrayed in, and how they sort of help shape a woman character in media, which is like this is like a very broad subject, so I want to tread very carefully because
it's kind of I wasn't really planning on bringing it up, but
it does apply to this
because Skylar is pregnant.
I just think it can be sort of an easy slippery slope when writing a mother character, not just to have obviously it being her moral center a lot of the time, where it can just kind of be like, why does she do a thing? Oh, it's for the baby.
Yeah.
And I just think that it can sort of eliminate a lot of dimension to a character a lot of the time. And obviously it's a Marvel movie. These characters are fantastic if they're beyond 2.5D in terms of the dimensions. It's just, it can be, whenever I feel like, this character's pregnant, I'm just be like, oh no, not because they can, but just I'm scared that the writers are going to use this as just like they're going to be the moral standing of this. Every decision they make is because of this now. Or they basically become a housewife, which this is a whole thing in feminism. There's a whole studies in this. I cannot go into it just from this, but I think this sort of applies to Breaking Bad in a way. I think it avoids it a lot of the time actually, because I think there's a lot more to Breaking Bad. Obviously they have more time, it's a TV show,
and in the sense of like, obviously a lot of the times these discussions come up with pregnancy and with babies, but Skylar is a mother. She, like, Walter Jr. is
this isn't her first rodeo.
No, so but she obviously like has a very separate life outside of Walter Jr. and she's very independent in her own thing. Like, obviously we know that she's like writes books. Like, not successfully, but she does.
She sells things on eBay.
She does. She's an eBay. She's a Depop influencer or whatever. She grifts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and she doesn't even know what she's selling. I thought that was so funny.
Yeah, that was great.
She's like, what is this? I just said it was vintage. But no, I think it's a shame we focused on the first episode. We should have watched the entire show.
Yeah, I know.
Because there's so much to delve into. But honestly, this just goes to show how strong Breaking Bad is in general.
Yeah.
I know we usually do the whole thing of like, would you greenlight this? And I want to watch the rest. I was thinking like, because I rewatched like half of Breaking Bad recently, like the last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't thinking I was going to like want to keep watching because I've just seen it so recently. Honestly, probably might.
Yeah,
just 'cause, like, especially now I'm on summer holidays.
Yeah.
Because it is just that strong a show. There's so much to delve into.
Yeah, genuinely.
Like, no wonder it's shot up.
Yeah, from what I saw of the writers, they always said that they never go in with, like, a certain idea of, like, a theme they want to cover.
Yeah.
They just they always thought, oh, what would Walter do?
Yes.
And that's so good because it makes you just be like, I want to see more of this character.
Yes.
I want to see him and Jesse, like, dick about a bit more.
Well, I think that's what's interesting about how the fact that this is our least viewed pilot so far in terms of, like, viewers' day of airing.
Yeah.
And yet it has stuck around, like, so much in terms of the pop culture. I mean, Better Call Saul had, like, 6 seasons?
Yeah.
As well. it's just such a strong pilot that even though it wasn't the most successful in terms of views out the gate, it got the accolades that it deserved.
Absolutely.
And it's just so well regarded that, you know, of course we would greenlight Breaking Bad. Of course we would want to like watch the rest of it.
We're green. Like green.
Like green, just like Walter.
Just like Walter.
Just like Walter.
They're like Mario and Luigi.
Mario and Luigi.
Yo,
Mr. White.
Let's go to the Mushroom
Luigi.
Kingdom. What are you talking about?
Mario.
Do you have anything else you would like to add?
I think I have said my piece. I just think this is fantastic. Oh, I do have one more fun final trivia.
Yeah, go for it.
This is said in Albuquerque. You know what else is said in Albuquerque?
Glee?
Close, surprisingly.
What's close?
It's also a musical. Also close. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Think of the mountains in this episode.
Oh, wait, High School Musical.
Yeah.
No, I remember.
Have you seen those mountains before?
No, it's not the same school.
It's not the same school. I was kind of curious. It's definitely not the same school.
Oh, okay.
Because the High School Musical school, they use in High School Musical, the musical series, and some other shows, and it's very, like, noticeable different front and, like, inside. They did actually say the name of the school. It was Rio Rancho High School in Albuquerque, New Mexico. But yeah, those mountains, same mountains as High School Musical too, maybe.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's because it was supposed to be set in California.
Yes, yeah. I can't remember why they changed it. I think it was probably just.
Oh no, it's because it was tax reasons.
Makes sense.
They're given like massive tax breaks.
Yeah.
But the place itself is like a massive character, like the brown barrenness of it all.
Is, yeah, the wasteland. The house. Do you know about the issues with the Breaking Bad house?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead anyway.
The Breaking Bad house, obviously, they use a real house, like the exterior of the house. You'll see it in this episode. But a real woman lives there.
Is the interior like the actual house?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't like. Maybe they've built like.
Maybe like in the first season, and they just recreated it on set later on.
Because like you can tell it's like the house itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they use that house to film. Now a woman owns it. And obviously it's like so they use the house to film, a woman owns it, and she's just had to deal with, honestly, not harassment, just tourists who like go
they like
take
throw
pictures
pizzas
of the
on
house.
there and shit.
Yeah, there's an iconic scene of Breaking Bad where he throws a pizza on the roof and they try and fucking throw pizzas, which, first of all, just fucking weird. Just go and take a picture of the house and leave.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I like Breaking Bad. I wouldn't want to just take a picture of the house.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather go to the hills, maybe, of New Mexico, like where the RV is. But yeah, so there's like, she spoke a lot online about the pain, but also a lot of people have counted back. Like, I don't want to get into the discourse of it. A lot of people have said back, you can sell that house for so much money.
It's a house.
Like,
Yeah,
she, first of all, she doesn't have to sell her house, but also I have some people say like, open it, like sell it to someone and they can make it into like a Breaking Bad museum, and it's like, it's a house. It's not a fucking suburbs.
yeah. Imagine going all the way to go to the Breaking Bad museum in a fucking house.
Yeah. But I just, that's not necessary to know for this pilot. I just think that really shows the success Breaking Bad would have. Yeah. That we watched this nice simple pilot that was watched by 1 million people, and years later, a poor old woman in New Mexico is getting pizzas thrown on her house.
It's like the opposite of the Twin Peaks Laura's house.
I don't know about that.
And then it's she's just like, apparently she's quite nice about people coming up.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
Actually in The Return, the last person,
that's like
that. That's like actually her.
That's lovely.
So they she clearly quite likes having her.
Yeah.
This isn't a go-to to go harass her though.
I'll probably cut this because we're going to cover Twin Peaks in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have any other parting thoughts?
I love the show.
I love this show as well.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched all of this show,
I remember,
watch it.
I have this sort of remembering us talking about it when we were in school and shit.
Yeah, this was like one of the first big shows. Like,
do you know what's weird thing that came? I remember you making like a personalized like birthday card for me with a picture of Walt with the pink bear, and he's wearing the pink jumper.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
That meant so much to me.
Aww. I was so nice.
You were. That was lovely. I was grinning from ear to ear because of that. That meant so much to me.
I love that. Not to hype myself.
Oh, damn. I'm so good. I take it back.
Such a good
sucked.
friend. Wow.
You sent me an edited image. but it was very nice.
But no, out of all the pilots, if you're only watching this show and you're following along week by week for us, which first of all, thank you, that's very nice of you.
Yeah, that's weird.
Shocking, but
I don't suspect anyone to do that. I think it's more just like, oh, I remember that episode.
Yeah,
this will be a nice refresher.
Show. But if you have, and you've watched just the pilot of Breaking Bad so you can keep up with our podcast, out of all the shows we've watched so far, this is the one show where I'm like, watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
You should. Because I can't speak on some of the other shows, because like Lost, we haven't watched past the pilot, things like that. But we've both seen this show all the way through. Yeah, watch Breaking Bad.
Maybe we should do it like at the end of like each season. We should do like a tier list.
I like that idea.
That could be fun.
Of, like, what one do you think was like the best one? I like that idea. Honestly, I was just thinking about. I think I will watch Breaking Bad. If I get bored, I might just skip and go to Better Call Saul.
Yeah,
because
I still need to get around to that.
Yeah, I watched the first season when it started, but I just fell off, and I went through a period where I would like fall off of TV shows in like the late 2010s, and I'd turn around and there'd be like 6 seasons.
Yeah.
So like I was like, oh, I'll catch up on Better Call Saul eventually. What do you mean there's 6 seasons?
But it's done now. So.
It's done. So
have you seen El? You haven't seen El?
I've not even seen El Camino.
Oh, I've seen it, so we need to watch it soon.
Yeah, we should watch it. So much to delve into.
Yeah. Goldmine.
What are we?
And you can watch all the content slop of.
I'm gonna become a Sigma male. I'm gonna get that hat.
Just the Popeye hat.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing him with hair.
Yeah, it's funny because they say about like his mustache. They say like he's got a silly little mustache.
Yeah.
I think his facial hair is like really good looking.
Do you prefer it from the goatee?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like obviously like the goatee and him being bald is like iconic look.
Yeah.
And like that's what you think of when you think of Heisenberg, which obviously doesn't give himself that name yet, but he looks like your average guy.
He looks like Ned Flanders.
He does look like Ned Flanders.
Yeah. I remember that when I was buying the DVD, I was just thinking, what the fuck? That's Ned.
It is.
Howdly doodly.
Because he wears green as well.
Yeah, he wears green.
Oh, wow. I never made that connection before.
Green. Meth.
Ned Flanders.
The logo's green.
The logo is green.
Money's green.
Did you notice that in the intro credits,
did you know
all the names had like letters green
that's cool.
because of the elements?
Yeah, good logo design.
Yeah, really good. They even said in the commentary, so far they had not found anyone whose name didn't have an element in it. So it'd be very interesting to see if
I don't think that's possible.
Yeah, because like there's like what 50 elements.
Yeah,
and some of them are just like E.
Yeah,
like if you have like
if
a
you
vowel,
have like a vowel in your name,
yeah,
you'll be fine. Unless you have like just consonants.
Welsh name.
Yeah, you could use all.
Yeah, if your name's like Earth or something. What are we covering next week?
I don't know. I think we're still up in the air about that, to be honest.
Oh, a little surprise one. We've got to tell our fans so they know what to watch.
Do we?
Our loyal audience.
Yeah. Okay,
let's decide on air.
Have we decided? What was up in the air? It was either between Buffy and something else.
Buffy or Sherlock.
Oh. Buffy's shorter.
Buffy is shorter.
And we will have to watch 2 pilots for Sherlock. How many pilots are there for?
There's an extra pilot for Buffy.
Do we have to watch the fucking movie for Buffy?
I wouldn't
say I know, so. Just for like context. Because they're both written by Joss Whedon, I think.
Yeah, they are. But like... that was probably just the wind. Because the thing didn't go off.
Yeah.
I mean, we can. It's on Disney.
Which one would you prefer?
I mean, either or. I guess I've watched Buffy more recently. Yeah. But then, like, I guess that means I've got more
Let's do Sherlock.
Let's do Sherlock?
Let's do Sherlock. Let's complete the trio.
Next week, we're going to be finishing off Super Wholock, and we're going to be covering Sherlock. BBC's Sherlock, specifically.
Yeah.
The one with Benedict.
We're going to be doing Elementary, baby.
Oh, yeah. I love Elementary. We should do Sherlock season where we only do Sherlock.
We could do Sherlock Hounds.
Sherlock Hounds?
It's the Miyazaki. I think it's Sherlock. Yeah, it's Sherlock Hounds.
Ah.
It's a Miyazaki show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
we do House.
We do House.
But now, next week we are doing BBC's Sherlock.
BBC Sherlock, the pilot, with Benedict Cumberbatch
and Martin Freeman.
Written by Stephen Moffat.
Big fan.
Also, Mark Gatiss.
Star of Fantastic Four First Steps.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, he was in it for like such a short time.
Yeah.
God, his hair was so black.
He looked really weird in that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm out.
I'm out.
This has been a podcast.
In theory.
In theory.
You can follow us on socials.
That's cool. Oh yeah, we got new ones.
We have socials.
Because we changed our name, and now we have to get whole new fucking socials.
So the audience, you won't know this because I'll have put them in the show description. Because at the current time of recording, the first episode hasn't even released yet.
Yeah, we're recording these in bulk.
We've been through the whole stages of grief of creating a podcast, thinking the name was available, finding out it's not available, thinking of a new name. So we do have socials, and rather than just being in the show description, I can actually say them this time. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at firsttimeflyerspodcast. You can also email us your thoughts on anything, whether it's movies you've seen, whether it's the episodes we talked about, whether it's a review of us.
Please do not review us. I am incredibly fragile.
You could talk about our voices and how we say the word like a lot.
Oh my god. I think we were pretty good this episode.
I think so.
And then you're going to listen back and literally... Oh, fuck. Oh, shit,
I know.
man.
I should have never edited the first episode. I should have just uploaded it.
I know, as soon as you pointed out.
I know. No, it's natural. It's our dialect. That's just what people from Wales are like.
That's true.
We are from Wales. Like Wales.
Fuck. So that's a Cardiff thing.
Yeah, it's probably. Cardiffian.
A Cardiffian. Also, I saw Boa. I just want to shout out.
Oh, yeah, you did see Boa.
Boa was fantastic. Oh my god, though. It's so strange being the oldest person at a band show that was before my time.
Yeah, that's weird to think about.
Yeah.
Because the
band was like 40.
Yeah.
I am like late 20s. And most of the audience was like below 18.
So I listened to the song that you said went popular on TikTok.
Yeah.
Never heard of it before.
You've never heard Duvet?
Never heard that before.
It's got like 1 billion streams on Spotify. Do you like it?
Yeah, it was nice. I listened to her other stuff.
You should check out Lane. Serial Experiments Lane.
Yeah. But yeah, so email us your thoughts on Boa.
On Boa. Yeah, great band.
Yeah. And next week we'll be discussing Sherlock.
Sherlock.
BBC's Sherlock.
BBC's Sherlock.
With Benedict Cumberbatch. We're not doing the bit where we say his name wrong. I don't care if he was a slave trader family.
Yeah, I don't care. Damn, sins of the father. This is a good pick. Find a way to put that in.
Yeah, I will. Okay. Signing off. Bye.
Bye.
Safe travels. Bye. Yeah.